So, Jonathan, what do we have here?
Hey, John and crew. It's Ellis from South Florida, and I just had an idea. I was watching your show, and you brought up Swamp Thing the other day. And that being said, let me also say that Sandman is one of my favorite shows ever, especially on Netflix. So my question is, do you think that it's possible that they try to relaunch a Swamp Thing show maybe on Netflix? And I guess the real question is, do you think that Netflix could potentially become kind of the hub for Vertigo properties? Let me know what you think. Thank you very much, and bring on the filthy.
Yeah.
Oh,
he meant it.
Thank you so much from Ellis. Yeah, he really committed to that read. I love it.
He changed.
I love that phrasing, too, of being a hub for Vertigo. Because I think when I thought of James Gunn taking the helm over at DC along with Peter Safran, I just thought, oh, we can dive into some weird and wacky along with our flagship properties. So Swamp Thing obviously had a very, very quick run on the screen, a very, very limited look at television that did not go over well. But is there any chance, you think, of having Swamp Thing integrated into this new, brand new DC?
Well, I mean, I think that, you know, Swamp Thing is the kind of first, Swamp Thing is a great character.
Love him.
And Swamp Thing is a great DC universe character, and he can be quite versatile if used correctly. And I really liked that show, where that show is going, that Swamp Thing show is going. It was very odd to me that they wanted to cancel it after like the first, unlike Last of Us, that gets renewed after episode 2. Swamp Thing got canceled like after episode 2.
Yeah.
It was a very odd play. And I think that why not? I mean, here's the thing. Even though James Wan is teamed up with Jason Blum, they're starting their new company. I mean, James Wan still has a $1 billion grossing DC movie in Aquaman that he's directed the sequel to, which will be I guess the climax of the whole Snyderverse DC universe, which will be Aquaman. I could see that. I don't know if he'll be involved, but I definitely think Swamp Thing is a James Gunn favorite. I don't know if that's true, but it seems like it would be.
It seems like this is such a wheelhouse moment for him, right?
Yeah.
This kind of lines up with all the things he seems to enjoy in his own filmmaking. And if you're looking at what we could do with DC, one of my favorite things, right? The Justice League Dark, John Constantine, we know is coming back, at least with Keanu Reeves. Maybe we're going to have other iterations of John throughout this. But I think if you have Constantine, you have to have Swamp Thing. I think for me as a comic reader, they're so intrinsically tied. And you have such interesting stories too. When he takes over John's body and all kinds of things like that. There's some really interesting, beautiful, heartbreaking, disgusting stories you can tell that I think just would line up so, so well with the kind of filmmaking that I expect and love from James Gunn.
Well, it's...
oh, yeah, Ray?
Go ahead, Ray.
No, I just wanted to ask, did anyone else on the watch Swamp Thing?
No,
Taylor?
but the minute you said swamp, I'm down. He's
He's
looking
the
like
DC
a daddy
Shrek.
too. Yeah,
this is
I'm
a
down
shredded
with it.
Shrek.
That's the first time I've seen him.
But the idea of Netflix being a Vertigo hub, I think is a good idea, but I don't understand why they don't make HBO Max. Like, they just canceled Doom Patrol, which was a Vertigo book.
Yeah, and that cancellation just seemed wrong. I don't know. I know they're kind of clean slating, but gosh.
I'm kind of bummed because I never watched Titans regularly until season 4 because I wanted Brother
'Cause your
Blood,
boy.
Mother Mayhem. Yeah, and I've kind of been liking it.
I really enjoy Doom Patrol, and with how hot Brendan Fraser is right now too, that just seemed like such an odd move. I mean, I'm not in the room where it's happening, so I can't really say like that's a boneheaded move there, but it just surprised me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be really interesting to hear what their plan is because it must be a comprehensive plan. So we'll know TV, movies. I mean, because who doesn't want to see? I want to see a Justice League Dark movie.
I really do.
I mean, the animated film was pretty cool, and I want to see it in live action.
I love it. And it was I loved what they did with their marketing for it too, because when you bought it on physical media, you got a copy of Justice League Dark, a very tiny version of the omnibus that was so great and now you can read what this was adapted from.
Yep.
I love that little corporate synergy they were doing there.
You know, and somebody was telling me that DC, they're not going to publish their old comics in omnibus form. Which I'm like, wait, what? Because that's all I buy for DC is their omnibuses. But
Same.
I love their Absolute editions, and I love their omnibus. As a matter of fact, that's how I have the Invisibles omnibus and Transmetropolitan, the Absolute edition, and a lot of the Vertigo books. I love those omnibuses.
Well, I know James Gunn, too, has talked about how he really wants to have really nice synergy throughout the comics, the animated series, television, films. So I'm hoping that they give the graphic novels themselves a little more respect than just not printing them like that. But time will tell.
Chris, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Swamp Thing talk, or does he just grunt?
No, he
Does he
talks.
speak?
He talks.
Okay, so Arash Safari in the live chat said, what about Nick Offerman as Swamp Thing?
I
How are
mean,
you feeling about that?
I wouldn't be mad about it.
You know, the thing with Swamp Thing that always got to me, and I think it's like nostalgia that made me like the newer one more, is if you look at Swamp Thing, the roots above his lip, clearly they look like a handlebar mustache to me. So, like, when I was younger and I watched the old Swamp Thing, I was a big fan of wrestling. So it always reminded me of Hulk Hogan. Like, that's Hulk Hogan.
I can see that, actually.
That's why I
awesome.
always thought it was Hulk Hogan underneath the thing. And also, swamps are a scary place. We need a hero there. So, like, I was like, perfect. I'm not scared of swamps anymore.
Yeah.
We got Swamp Thing.
Someone has to take care
Am
of
I
that
saying
menace
something
track.
wrong,
Oh, yeah,
Taylor?
I just don't know if I was
just
ever
mentioned-
consciously scared of swamps.
You just mentioned swamps, and then you said we need a hero. So holding out for a hero, you did 2 Shrek references back to back and didn't even realize it, right?
Oh,
I just like to point out that back in my early days of my career, I actually painted Swamp Thing masks for Dick Durock for the Swamp Thing TV series when I worked for Tony Gardner's Altarian Studios.
That's dope.
The same era that I was working on Army of Darkness and the Stephen King movie Sleepwalkers that
Robert Meyer Burnett has had every job in Hollywood.
I've had every job in
Every
Hollywood. I
single
have.
one.
Tell you
What's
that.
growing up from his crotch here?
That was not.
Cordyceps?
That was not
That's
the.
what happens when you don't
That
use
is Dick
Manscaped.
Durock, but that was not the.
BRB, swiping right.
Not. Never mind.
No. All right, guys. Well, folks, let us know. Do you think Swamp Thing is going to return to the DCU now that we've got different folks involved? Or do you think Netflix could be that Vertigo hub like Ellis suggested? Let us know what you think in the comments down below.
Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save money this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton, with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Guys, I have told you before that when I was on one of the major phone carriers, I was spending literally 3 times as much every month, and switching to Mint Mobile couldn't have been easier. So for people just looking to save some extra money this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in just minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.